Hello, you're right.
Yeah, so quick, got it. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah. About your fights last year, you had about 14, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I had 14 within the space of the last 6 or 7 months of the year.
Yeah. Who was your hardest fight?
My hardest fight, well, the best boxer I boxed was definitely Callum Thompson. I think I boxed him in Manchester. I wouldn't necessarily say it was my hardest fight. I had quite a few hard ones, but he was definitely the best guy that I was in with.
Yeah, he's really good. Good fighter.
Yeah, very good footwork. Very good footwork.
Yeah. Of course, you fought Sam Noakes as well. Of course, going on to big things now, titles. Was that a hard fight?
Yeah, it was hard because he was big and strong. He was very big for the weight compared to me, and he was an hard puncher. But I did feel I could have got through the 6 rounds, but my coach wasn't happy seeing me take big shots and pulled me out after the third. So,
did you want to continue?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to continue. I mean, that's out of the 14 fights last year, that's the only one that I got stopped in. And I did feel I could have done the 6 rounds. I wanted to continue, but I mean, things were quite fresh with me and Roger Sampson, my coach. I'd only just started training with him. So I think it was just a learning curve for us both, getting to know each other.
Yeah. And that you also fought Dylan Shima, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Was he a tough one as well?
Not really. I mean, he was a former world kickboxing champion. It was quite aggressive, and it was a tough fight in the sense that we both put a lot of effort into it, and I got very tired and exhausted. But I mean, it was okay, but he wasn't the best guy that I've been in with. But it was still a tough fight, I guess.
Yeah, pretty tough.
Yeah.
And you fought Ryan Doyle, former Commonwealth champion. To be honest, mate,
yeah.
I thought you had him.
Yeah, most people said the same. Everybody there, even people that I don't know, his own fans were coming up to me saying that they thought I won that fight, and I did go to win that one. Not that I don't try in my other fights. It's just that particularly on that night, with him being a former Commonwealth champion, I wanted to make a statement and show that my record doesn't show the talent that I've got, and obviously beat him, which I did beat him, but yeah, I came away with the draw.
Yeah. Were you confident going into that fight?
Yeah, I mean, I saw his style and I thought I know exactly what to do with that kind of style that he's got. And for a change, we were a similar size. I wasn't giving size away, so I knew how to box him, and I thought I could beat him, and I think I did.
Yeah. When you fought Willow Hayden, did you? That was also a tough fight. He's a good fighter. Was that tough?
Yeah, very tough. Yeah, he's got a lot of firepower. He's quite aggressive, very fast punches, decent power. But I knew he was quite young, you see, and I thought 6 rounds that early on in his career, I'll make it tough for him. And if you watch the fight, you can see it was competitive throughout. But yeah, obviously, he took the first couple of rounds more clearly. Then I started to come into it, and the last couple of rounds, I took from him, and he was really, really struggling in that fight.
Yeah. Did you believe you won?
I didn't think I'd won because I'd given the first couple of rounds away because he was just a bit too busy for me. Then the middle rounds, I knew he'd edged those rounds, he'd edged them. But I guess you could see it as kind of a 50-50 fight if you gave him the first 3 and me the last 3. But I think what happened is he got the first 4. He just edged out the 4th. That gave him that. So really, I was playing catch up, and I did win the last 2 rounds, but it wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, and then you also fought Conor Gray as well later on the year. I was there as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's when we first met at that fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Tricky,
appreciate your
wasn't it?
support, Sam.
Thank you.
Pardon?
He was tricky, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he was a southpaw, and I'm not really a fan of boxing southpaws, so I struggle with that anyway. He was quite a good body puncher. That's what I'll give him credit for. A very good body puncher. But to be fair, I was coming off of a couple of tough fights, and I had another couple lined up. So that wasn't my best night. You know, I really was preserving myself for the week after, unfortunately, and I was carrying an injury. You know, these are things that people don't really know, but with being so busy, you can't give 100% on every fight. If you've fought the week before and then you've got one coming up the week after, but you know, take nothing away from Conor Gray. He was very tricky and a good body puncher.
Yeah, he was the better man on the night.
Yeah, that's
it.
it.
Was a good,
that's
it was a good show as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite a good show. I think that Ben Thomas, obviously I know him being in the away changing rooms. He was in a good one, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was a good fight. I thought he won that.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth. He seemed to wobble his man quite a few times. So,
did you watch the main event, Lee Glover v Andre Grant?
Well, I'd gone home actually, but I watched it once I got home on video. Because did the live stream? I don't know if they live streamed that event or I caught up with it after. But yeah, I watched it and yeah, it was a good fight. Obviously, twists and turns in it. You know, it was doing well until he got caught.
Yeah. Did you think that Lee Glover was going to win that?
Well, it looked like he was winning it from what I saw until obviously he got caught, didn't he? And got stopped.
Yeah.
You know, he was good. He was a good amateur. But I think he was, again, natural size looked like it played a part in that fight. The other guy was very big and strong for the weight. Yeah.
Of course, you've got 3 fights coming up this year. I think I checked yesterday.
Where does it tell you that?
It's on BoxRec. If you look up your Lee Connolly, it shows your fights.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought it had just shown one on there, but I'll have to have another look.
I'll just have a look now. So it says here that you've got one on the 12th of February.
Yes, that's the one that I know about. That's the only one I know about so far.
Against Tommy Hodgson.
Yes. Yeah, he's very good. If you watch him on YouTube, that Tommy Hodgson, he's very good. I mean, his last fight, he got the guy down 2 times. And he looked like he was going to stop him, but it was only a 4-rounder, so he didn't have quite enough time. Very, very, very good boxer with a lot of variety, body and head, and good movement.
It says that it's a 6-round fight.
Yes, that's right, 6 rounders. So, like I say, in his last one, I think he wanted the 6 rounds to get the stoppage, but he only had 4. So, with me, I'm sure he'll be looking to stop me over the 6.
Yeah, hopefully not, mate.
Hopefully not, mate. He'll have an hard time doing that to me, but, you know, we'll let him try.
Yeah. You don't get stopped that often.
No, especially not now. I mean, earlier on in my career, I was just charging forward face first, basically, on some of my fights. So I was there to be stopped. But now, you know, I've learned the game and how to defend myself a little bit better, and I don't get stopped very often.
Yeah, you've only been stopped 8 times out of 68 defeats.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, so, you know, that's a lot of the punches I've taken, a lot of people that have tried, and I've been in with some big punches and good names. So yeah, I've been stopped that many times, and a couple of those I didn't really agree with. I mean, that's sometimes it's just the referee being over eager and jumping in early, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. Are you confident going into your next fight?
I mean, I'm confident of putting up a good fight and not getting stopped. I don't know how confident I'd be of winning that fight because he was a very good amateur. He's looking like he's a very good pro, he's developing well. So I think it's a fight I would really struggle to win, but you know, I'll try my best and see what happens.
Do you go in there trying to win, or sometimes do you think that you're going to lose, or are you just there to be a test for them?
Yeah, I mean, what they want, the way the game and the business works is at this stage, with the record that I've got, I am just a test for them. I'm that next step, so this Tommy Hodgson, obviously, he's had 3, he's looked very good, he's beat them very convincingly. I'm the next step up for him, where I'll give him a little bit more of a test, and they'll see how good he really is, on this next level against me. But out of the people that I box, I can see he is one of the better ones, and not one that I'm likely to win, compared to some of obviously the weaker ones, or like Ryan Doyle that I saw a clip of, and just his style. I just thought I know what to do with that kind of style. This Tommy Hodgson's got a different style, which will give me more problems.
Yeah. Do you think that Tommy Hodgson would beat Ryan Doyle?
I mean, definitely, but they're kind of a different weight, Tommy Hodgson's naturally bigger guy than Ryan Doyle. Ryan Doyle's boxed quite light and come up.
Yeah.
Because I do what I do, I just come in at the weight I walk around at. So I haven't really got size advantage. I can get myself down to 9 stone 4 if I wanted. I've fought people up at 10 stone 8 even. So, I just fight up and down, but generally around lightweight. But yeah, I think that Tommy Hodgson will go on to quite big things. And Ryan Doyle's towards the end of his career now, especially after a draw against me.
Yeah. Of course, you fought Mark Chamberlain as well. Who do you think would win, Mark Chamberlain or Sam Noakes?
I think Sam Noakes would win, because Sam Noakes is bigger at the weight, and he's quite deceptive. I watched a video of Sam Noakes before I boxed him, and I didn't think he was very good. But then when I was in with him, he's got a few nice tricks where he looks like he's telegraphing his punches, but actually he's changing the position that he's throwing the shot in. He's changing his target. So he is quite good. Probably an harder puncher for one punch kind of power than Chamberlain. But Chamberlain's very active. He throws a lot of punches at you all at once. So I think some of his stoppages just come purely from overwhelming his opponent. And when he stopped me, I was never hurt. The referee just jumped in because he was, going crazy, throwing loads of punches.
Yeah. Of course, you fought Joe Cadena as well.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to be a world champion? Because he in my eyes, I think he could be world champ.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely good enough to be a world champion. We've seen world champions that aren't as talented as Joe Cadena, definitely. So it depends the route he takes. You would have thought that Luke Campbell would have become a world champion. But the route he took was a very hard route, fighting the best pound for pound fighters, whereas some of them, can pick out a weak world champion and find an easier path, But Joe Cadena definitely is one of the top guys I've ever been in with, and has 100% got the talent to become a world champion.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, and smash it this year, mate.
Yes, I will do, mate. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, mate.
You support me so much, mate. I really appreciate it, and hopefully, I'll see you out there at another show sometime soon.
Will do, mate. Thank you for your time.
Great. No problem. See you later.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.